What's up, everybody? That's my new intro. Hope you liked it. We're going to be talking about predictive programming because I just thought about it out of nowhere. A lot of times thoughts just come to me and I just walk into them. It's kind of weird. Same thing happened with the deep web. I thought about that, looked into that. I might make a video about that. I don't know. But predictive programming is supposedly what it is it's really basically subliminal messages of events that haven't happened yet being put in cartoons and comic books and music videos and movies and ads, pamphlets, you name it, pictures, billboards, posters, art pieces, being incorporated into all these things, evidence that people have been caught with for some reason, so that people are so indoctrinated by it that they become used to the idea of it happening. Kind of like a brainwashing mechanism. And the big one was 9/11. A lot of a lot of comics and movies and music videos, comedy movies, horror movies, rap music, rock music, pop music, like from the 1940s onward, maybe even before that, it was a big running theme that the Twin Towers could be attacked. It was in so many different cartoons, so many different movies, so many different music videos. And in some of these music videos, you listen to the lyrics and they're talking about burning up and frying and let's make it hot. And, obviously that's alluding to sexual activity, but when it gets really creepy when you look at the Twin Towers in the music video, and then you see that they're on fire, and then it actually happens later. It's really creepy that they're talking about being on fire. Um, it was in the lyrics of so many songs. And there's different theories as to what this is. Some people say it's predictive programming. Other people say it's just life imitating art. Because we've seen that happen a lot with The Simpsons and all kinds of stuff. And maybe there's people that have so much control that they can make anything happen that they want to happen. But if that was the case, wouldn't they make a lot more stuff happen by now? Maybe they have to use it wisely. I don't know. But it interested me. It interested me. Same thing happened with the Boston bombing and school shootings and stuff, The truth is, though, people know about things before they happen. There was a police officer on 9/11 who told a bystander that the towers were coming down that day. Told people that. He was told that because it was his job as an officer to know that information. He's just doing his job. Just like the Nazis did their job, right? There's also like really weird faces in the smoke of the World Trade Center, like demon faces. And you just wonder, like, was this some type of ongoing, decade-long ritual? Century-long ritual, like, you know, was this just building up? Like, you wonder what this was. What was it really? And it comes down to someone being in charge. Who the main person is, I don't know if there even is a main person. The further up you go, the more connected everything gets, and the bigger everything gets. So, it's hard to say if there's one person that does any of this. But there's definitely a group of people that benefit off of things like this happening. Now, I'm a sick person. So I understand how sick people think. And boy, would I get a thrill out of being able to pull something like that off after putting it all over the place for people to see and then still getting away with it. Boy, that would get my ego so high that it would never come down. So, of course, if sick people have the power to do that, what are they going to do? Not that? No, they're going to do that. So what makes you think they haven't? Most people don't have a sick mind. Well, it's becoming more common, but I have a very sick mind. And not in a way that prevents me from being productive or anything, but I understand how sick people work. I've been through some stuff to make me the way I am or whatever. And so have these people, but quite frankly, these people, this is how sick they are. They would, let's say it wasn't 9/11. Let's say it was just some girl being murdered. Let's say a 5-year-old got murdered. Let's say that was the September 11th attack. No towers fell. It was just a little girl that got murdered. They would still put it into every cartoon just on that one little girl. This little girl is going to be born on this year, and we're going to kill her at this year. They would get a thrill out of focusing all their negative energy onto one person and killing them, just for the fun of it, and let everybody see. That's how sick these people are. They're Joker, they're Thanos, they're Mysterio, they're all the villains you could ever think of, all the serial killers you could ever think of, mashed into one. There's Scarface, Ghostface, freaking Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. They are all these people. Freddy Krueger, freaking every Godzilla monster. Okay, monsters on the loose. The sickest one was the Cookie Monster destroying the Twin Towers. Obviously, before. Can you imagine if they printed that after 9/11? That would be fucking hilarious. But it was really creepy because it came before 9/11. And it was the Cookie Monster destroying the Twin Towers, and it said monsters on the loose. Because that's how they see themselves. They see themselves as monsters, and that's a compliment, you know? And it is a compliment to be called a monster, that you have that effect on somebody. You got a lot of power, you know? But so does everybody else. And you give people power. But somebody always will give you power, and that's what makes humans so powerful. But it is your choice, individually, whether you want to get someone that power, you know? And you can say, nothing's gonna scare me, whatever. I'm telling you right now, it gets fucking scary. These people are scary. Okay? So is it predictive programming? What is it? Maybe it was God. That's another theory that I saw that got no likes, and I couldn't like it because I wasn't signed in. But there was a comment about God is just making these things appear in media. He's moving people to make these things so that he can tell us what's going to happen and then do it. Because that's how pissed off God was at the corruption of the World Trade Center, that he was going to destroy it and tell everyone he was going to destroy it. Or maybe he was warning people so they wouldn't be killed. Did you know that thousands of people didn't show up to work that day? That's strange. That's weird. But also another weird thing is, or maybe the theory is that God didn't want this to happen, so he was warning everyone with these cartoons and everything. There's all kinds of theories. But let me tell you the truth. Because I know what the truth is. The truth is, it sounds ridiculous to say that cartoons and everything are all a big part of this. But they have agents, secret agents, everywhere. You can't swing a dead cat in any direction without hitting a secret agent. Especially back in the day. They work on cartoons. They work on comedy shows. They work at wherever the government tells them to work. Some of them are working at fast food restaurants. They're undercover. There's also very powerful people that are directors of movies. Stanley Kubrick was involved with this stuff. Stanley Kubrick was a fucking snowman. And if you don't know what a snowman is, that's someone who has a lot of occult knowledge. That's what a snowman is. And so you had these snowmen who made these cartoons, who were very powerful people. Walt Disney was a snowman. And they tell you what's going to happen. Because the snowman's job is to tell you what's going to happen. That doesn't mean that you're going to know it's going to happen, but they're going to tell you. It's like a karmic law that they have to tell you before it happens. Whether or not you pick up on it is, your choice, your fault. It's not completely fair, but that's how it works. They planned it. They did put it in cartoons. They did put it everywhere. And then they did the thing. They made it happen. And they got a kick out of it. They called planes to fly over. They called jets to fly over the city just to scare people after it happened. I know these things. I've been told these things. Some might say I'm a snowman. And so it's my job to just tell you. Of course, there's a lot of things I won't tell you, but I'll tell you that much. My face is turning into a demon face because I wasn't looking at it. That's weird. My face is turning into a demon face. I'm looking over here, and my face is over here, and it looks really scary. Oh my fucking god, that's scary. Okay, anyways, sorry, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Look at yourself in the mirror for just blink as little as possible and just stare at yourself in the mirror. You will see the scariest shit you've ever seen. Anyways, but yeah. They planned it. They did put it in cartoons. They did all that. They have to. And then they pulled it off. Did you know that when George Bush was reading the book, right before it happened, in the book, it was some type of emergency. They said, get down, hit the floor. It was weird, the type of book he was reading to those kids. Even the book he was reading, as they went down, as the crash happened, as the guy came in to talk to him, it was all so fucking, planned. You know? It was so strategic. You know? And of course it was an inside job. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, it was an inside job. Of course it was. The government wanted to start a new world order. The first thing they had to do, it was all leading up to 9/11. John F. Kennedy was a fucking snowman. Most presidents are. John F. Kennedy knew about 9/11, and he knew about everything that was going to happen after 9/11. Yeah. He said it himself. He said there's a plot to kidnap every man, woman, and child in this nation. And he says, I plan to expose this plot. And then he was killed, I think 6 days later, after he gave that speech. Because they know. He knew what was going to happen. You bet your ass Obama knew about it. If a president doesn't get killed or isn't threatened and hated, then he's not on your side. He might be charismatic and really cool, but he's not on your side. You know why Trump is hated? Because he's on your side. He's on your side. Now, I don't agree with everything he does, but he's hated because he's not doing what they want him to do, whether that's good or not. He's still not doing what they want him to do, and so they hate him. And they tell everyone else to hate him. And they did a good job. It's some type of operation they got going on. I'm sure that the code name for that operation is something alluding to his orange skin or something stupid like that. There was an operation back in the day called Midnight Climax. Operation Muffin Top, Operation Muffin, Operation Paperclip. There's all these stupid fucking names. These are fucking kids that just grew up, they were the nerds in school, and now they want to control everything. And that's, whatever. It's cool. But, another weird thing was in the Columbine. When the Columbine happened, Dylan Klebold and what's the other kid's name? Eric. I forgot his last name, but Eric and Dylan. I think his name was Eric. I don't fucking know. I forgot their names. Anyways, they wrote about it in their book. They wrote about running airplanes into the fucking World Trade Center. Yeah, they wrote about that. What? What's going on here, man? What's going on? And I guarantee you there was predictive programming for that school shooting. 2001, a lot of shit went down, man. That changed the world. The reason they wanted to do 9/11, the reason they wanted to destroy the World Trade Center, one, was to try to destroy and fucking obliterate the value of the US dollar, which they did not succeed at. But it definitely damaged the economy. And then we damaged it even more by spending a lot of the money we had left on fucking war. But the reason they did 9/11, our government, someone else's government, people in power that are outside of government, all colluded together to do 9/11. The reason they did it was so they could make excuses to go to war with other countries, invade other countries. They wanted to become a part of other countries. Because America just loves to shove their fucking nose into other countries' places, other countries' businesses. That was the excuse. And they probably think that that's for the greater good of humanity. Every man that does something sees in his heart that it's good before he does it. Even if it's something as horrible as running a fucking airplane into a building. He does it because he thinks it's right. Even if it's not. Every man's good. But every man does bad things. And, that's my point, you know? But yeah. They just wanted to incorporate America into other countries. That's what they wanted to do. And, America lost a lot of value on 9/11. You know, if they had it their way, America wouldn't exist. They don't like America. Whoever they are. The snowmen at the top. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. A lot of weird stuff has gone down in the world. It's all connected. It's funny. There seems to be a social consciousness. Whenever I start looking into something, all of a sudden, everyone else looks into it. It's the weirdest thing in the world. I start listening to Nirvana again. No real reason why. And then everyone's listening to it again. It's weird, you know? But anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And, yeah. Thanks. I'll be back in a flash. Thanks for watching.